What this will look like under Leffler compared to a year ago.
I'm very excited to let people see what we've been working on, and what Coach Leffler brings to the table, because it's a great game plan, very great game plan, and I'm just excited for the world to see.
Speaking of getting attention, how about Emory Blake? You're not always mentioned among the elite receivers in the league either. Does that bother you any?
I believe I'm starting to get some recognition, especially in the SEC. But I'm ready to prove, that I'm one of the best, and I believe that I am, and I'm ready to prove that.
How frustrating was last year when we talked to you time and time again about just having to play less than 100% for most of the season?
It was tough. It was tough for me because I'm not used to playing hurt. I'm injured like that, but sometimes you got to do what you got to do. And some of my games weren't that bad, and I believe I still perform well. Maybe not as good as I could have some games, but you live and you learn. But this year one of my number one goals is to stay healthy all year, because if I can do that, I know I can be very successful.
How hard was it coming off such a great year to deal with some of the games you had, getting beat like you got beat?
I mean, my freshman year, we didn't have the best season either, and I wouldn't say I'm used to losing, but I've been there. I've been in those situations before when the games are tough, nothing's going your way, and you're just down. And as a leader of the team, you got to be the one to pick people up.
The last time Clemson was on the field, they gave up 70. Does that get you kind of excited playing that defense?
No, because they're still a good defense. Still a tough defense, very strong, very fast and big, and we got to come prepared. Doesn't matter what they did the last game, because I know they're going to be ready for us.
How dramatically different are the offenses from Malzahn and from what you've seen so far?
Completely different. The verbiage, the tempo, just the whole style is very different from what I'm used to and what we're used to. But Coach Leffler has done a great job of coming in and teaching us what he expects, and it's going to make us better. It's going to make us a better offense in general.
How does your role change at all?
How does what?
How does your role change at all in the offense?
A lot. Just the whole style of offense is different. So his thing is, getting his playmakers the ball, and we're working towards that. Whether that means moving me around, or whatever. But it's completely different from last year.
Do you like playing a big game like this right out of the gate?
Oh yeah, I love it, because it gives us something to look forward to. Not saying we weren't looking forward to the first game last year. You always are looking for the kickoff game, but I mean, just to play a tough team like this for the first game, you got to be on your toes. You got to be working. You got to be prepared, and you got to have your mind right. And that's what playing a team the first game, a good team like that the first game, brings to it.
How different is Kyle Frazier from the guy that finished the season last year?
Completely different dude. Shoot, if I didn't know Kyle, I didn't think he was the same guy, because he's just changed that much, and he just come so far. It's such a long way ever since Coach Leffler got there. Just with his attitude, he's always had a big arm. When he first got there, when he first got to Auburn last year, he was throwing darts, and we were like, man, he's throwing the ball hard. But his progressions and his reads have gotten so much better that it's gotten him confident, and that's all our quarterback really needs is confidence.
As someone who grew up in Austin, what are your thoughts on Texas A&M coming to Auburn?
I'm so excited. Just getting to play against A&M. Have some really good friends on A&M's team, and for me, it's awesome, because I've always wanted to play a team from Texas. Coming to the SEC. I'm not saying I don't love playing in the SEC, because it's the best conference you could play in, but I still love playing a team from Texas.
What perhaps will